I'm gonna give you 3 points, my friend.
Whoa,
Yeah!
3 points. Wow. You just scored.
See, I didn't manufacture a 69 score. That's a sign of growth.
And it was right there.
That's the first 3-pointer he's ever gotten. Hi, Andrew.
Hi, Sarah, Tiana. How are you?
I'm good. I'm all rested post Super Bowl because I got a lot of sleep during the Super Bowl.
You did?
Yeah.
Yeah, I barely watched the game because there wasn't much to watch. You know, our local trustee board handler, I don't know what we call him, our little board, our board boy? Board
I like that.
He's back, and we don't really care about him at all.
No.
But we do care about our special guest today, who is extremely important and cool, and unfortunately, we put him next to Gothard. It's Haley Joel Osment. Hey!
How's it going?
Wow.
Nice to see you guys.
Good to see you. Sorry about, hey, Gothard.
Hey, man.
We have to say hi
How's
to
it
him.
going?
Yeah, hey, man. Great to see you back, I guess.
Thanks for having me.
But thank you
Yeah.
for being here, Haley.
Yeah, I'm
Got it.
sorry that you're next to him, but thank you so much for
It's
taking
all right.
time.
He had it set to the judo setting, the board controller, but I set him right.
You did it right? Okay, good. Yeah, he doesn't really know what he's doing.
I'm making it up as
trying
I
for
go.
20
I'm
weeks.
making it up as I go.
Okay, good. Well, listen, we had a great week last week, and you lost the bet? Was it that you lost? I feel like you lost.
I lost.
You did?
For one. For the first
For once?
time.
Okay.
For the first time.
Well, why don't we see how that bet paid off?
All right, I just woke up and realized that I lost a bet, which is so rare. So I'm in my shower and I have this. And I'm gonna give myself a Gatorade bath. And I got orange because, you know, it's my favorite flavor, but also for Andrew. Oh my god, I should have warmed it up.
That's how you...
I really did not think that about it being cold.
You didn't think about the cold bottle you were holding was going to be cold on your head? No, genius. You know how I know that was so real, the reaction? Because it's exactly like that thing you do when you get into a pool when you go, when your body leaves itself for a minute. Yeah, your insides disappear for a moment.
I
Yeah.
had no idea how cold it would be. So
I'm glad you
anyway,
did it.
I don't plan on losing again. So
Props to that, though.
Yeah.
Props to that. That was
Thank
very
you.
good. I appreciate that.
All
Thank you
right.
so much. What is the bet for next week?
So next week, if I win, you have to wear fancy dangly earrings for the whole show.
Ooh, do I get to pick? Because I have so many
No,
in my
I get
house.
to pick.
Okay, that's fine. And then you have to wear a big obnoxious beard. You got to wear
An
facial hair.
Edelman beard.
An Edelman beard.
That's
That's
fine.
right.
I'll
Edelman
take
beard.
it.
Okay, good.
You know, usually you're the one with the beard, but we're going to go here.
Yeah.
That's what we call it.
That's fine.
The first prop. The Super Bowl was boring. The Patriots' 13-3 win over the Rams on Sunday was the lowest scoring Super Bowl in history. It took 53 minutes for anyone to even score a touchdown, the only one of the game. Despite a great matchup, the game ended up as the least watched in a decade, with only 98.2 million people tuning in. The prop, over or under 98.2 million viewers for the Super Bowl next season.
Oh, you know it's going to be over. Come on. Here's the deal.
Right.
First of all, old Tommy Brady is done. And this game was almost as mind-numbing as watching Sarah do stand-up comedy, by the way, for everybody out there.
Yeah.
New England Kramered their way into the Super Bowl. Let's be honest. Next year is going to be different. Kansas City, Houston, or even the Chargers are going to have a shot at the AFC. It's not going to be the same, okay? That was a fluke. They stumbled their way through, taking losses to people like Jacksonville. I mean, New England did not deserve to be in the Super Bowl. By the way, next year, the Bears are going to be there. Mark my words. My Chicago Bears will be there, and just like
In the audience?
Oh, okay, okay.
Because everybody gets tickets.
Yeah, they do. Just like the Cubs, when the Cubs went to the World Series, it was the highest viewed World Series in 25 years, over 100 million people. It beat this Super Bowl. So when the Bears are in, it's going to look like that. And next year, it's in Miami, and I believe the halftime will be Flo Rida, Rick Ross, and most importantly, Pitbull. And I checked. Hard Rock Stadium is 1,000 feet away from Norwood Elementary School, so Mr. Worldwide will be good. He'll be all
Yeah,
good.
well, listen, of course, if the Bears get in, everybody in Chicago will be watching because they have nothing better to do.
That's right.
But also, Tom Brady isn't retiring, so no one's going to keep watching the Super Bowl if the Patriots keep getting in. I mean, it's like watching the Star Wars Trilogy or whatever number it's on. Like, we're really only tuning in to make sure the dark side gets eliminated, but if they don't, then we're like, thing. I just feel like it's kind of like watching your HBO show. It's like I'm not really watching because I care. I'm watching for the commercials, and your show is on HBO, so that tells you why.
It was on
this
Showtime.
year. The ratings are going down The ratings were down really low because no one in New Orleans was watching, which is crazy because most of the time in New Orleans, the only thing they don't watch is their kids. So I was really stunned by the fact that they weren't watching the Super Bowl. But I think I still don't think anybody's going to be watching next year. I think it continues to go down.
All right. Well, Haley and Gothard, what do you guys think will be the result for next year?
I like the regression to the mean. I didn't even consider all of those Miami elements that I think will drive up viewership.
That's right.
Because this year's halftime show, I think, was a little bit uninspiring, to say the least. Hopefully, some political issues with the NFL will get resolved, although I feel stupid coming out of my mouth as I say it. Maybe not, because we know that has a dampening effect on it, too. But they are nothing if not resourceful in getting those ratings up and everything. So I think I got to go with the over.
Yes,
wow.
baby. That's right. That is right.
I think it was a little bit of a softball. I'll give him 2 points.
2 points? Okay.
There you go.
Prop number 2. The Patriots now get their 6th ring, tying the Steelers for the most all-time, and Bill Belichick, the coach for all 6 wins, puts himself 2 ahead of any other coach in history. Belichick did what he normally does Sunday, putting on a performance so impressive it prompted the Rams' young supercoach Sean McVay to tell reporters after the game that he got out-coached. The prop: more Super Bowls for the rest of their career, Bill Belichick or Sean McVay?
Well, I have to go with Bill Belichick on this, only because he's been consistently winning, and every time I try to bet against him, I'm wrong.
Yep.
Also, he puts the man in maniacal. I mean, I feel like this guy is like a woman scorned. Like, he's constantly just coming up with something evil to do to your team.
True.
Like, the fact that they're not going out there and murdering other teams is pretty impressive, just with shotguns, I mean. They literally come up with like 3 different schemes per game, which is it's hard enough for most teams to come up with one. So he's been so good at recruiting people who aren't stars. He doesn't make stars out of anybody. Brady's his only real star. The fact that everyone's saying Edelman might get in the Hall of Fame is like ridiculous because he's the only person that people even know the name of on the Patriots anymore besides Gronk. So I think the smartest thing and the craftiest thing Kraft ever did was hire Bill Belichick, and I don't see him not continuing to win.
Come on, it's over. That reign is over. Fashion icon Bill Belichick has been a coach for as long as Sarah's been alive. 44 years is a long time.
That's not.
Yeah. Listen, Sean McVay is the youngest coach in the NFL and the youngest in history to go to a Super Bowl. Okay, and that says a lot. He is on track to be the next kind of Belichick, and I think he's got such a long career ahead of him. He has nothing but time with Goff and Gurley and Anderson. These guys are going to be contenders for at least the next 5 years. There's no doubt about it. The Patriots are going to go down.
What if
it doesn't matter.
McVay could get hurt.
McVay could get hurt. You saw he's getting pushed and pulled on the sidelines by his assistant so not to run into a referee. And just like Socrates and Aristotle, the student will become the master, learning the tricks that he should know from Belichick. Cheating. I hope the Rams start cheating. Maybe they'll start winning Super Bowls. What do you guys say?
I was disturbed by that whole Super Bowl. I think beforehand I would have gone easily with Sean McVay, but afterwards, and then hearing that Bill Belichick goes to the trouble to paint on a new digit every time he wins another trophy on his boat.
Creepy.
That's creepy.
Yeah.
I don't like that at all. Yeah. Doesn't that give you kind of an unsettled feeling?
Yeah, people with boats are creepy in general.
Yeah.
But I appreciate the Aaron Hernandez reference. People don't put that on the Patriots enough. So I'm going to give Sarah 3 points.
All right. I get it.
Tied with the Rams.
You're just like the Rams, and yet you're going to lose again.
We'll see about that.
Yep.
All right, prop number 3. With another Patriots Super Bowl comes the usual speculation of retirement for old man Belichick and old man Tom Brady. But with both giving no indication that they're done, it's another Patriot star that may be the most likely to call it quits, tight end and caveman Rob Gronkowski. When asked about it after the game, Gronk said, "The decision will be made in a week or 2. The prop: will or won't Gronk retire before the 2019 season?
In a week or 2. Like he has any conception of time.
I know,
That's the
there's
biggest
no
problem.
way.
Look, Gronk is going to do what Daddy wants him to do, and if Touchdown Tommy says he's going to stay, then you know Gronk will stay with him. That's a fact. And who doesn't want another $9 million plus incentives? That's what he's going to get next year if he does stick around. I don't care that his body is broken. He's going to play through it till he dies anyway. What's the difference? His 3 top incentives are $1.1 million for 9 or more Gronk spikes, $1.3 million for playing through 2 or more injuries, and $1.2 million for playing with all limbs covered in braces, just like Forrest Gump. Forrest Gump, he may be the stupidest son of a bitch alive, but he sure can run.
Yeah.
That's for you. By the way, if
just
Tommy
saying,
says he's coming back, the kid is going to come back.
Well, he's not coming back because he has no need to come back.
Money.
And you say he doesn't give a shit about money. He's never spent a dime of his
Really? Because I have
money.
a football that he made with a speaker inside of it that he sold at Sharper Image.
Right,
he likes money.
He
likes money.
He lives off his endorsements. He doesn't live off his paychecks from the NFL, and he's getting hurt too much. And he has no. It's like when a girl that you don't like cheats on you, and you're like, well, I kind of wanted to break up with her anyway, but now she cheated on me and I can make her the bad guy. Why would he leave? You know, like he has every incentive to leave. He's already hurt. He just won a Super Bowl. He's got 3 rings, 2 that he earned. So he can for sure leave on a high note. He's constantly hurt. He has a long career. He's going to be on 7,000 Barstool shows and every single Nickelodeon show out there. He has a huge career ahead of him. He's 29. He should get out before he's
He wants his
a
supermodel
jello
girlfriend.
concussion of a bowl of a man.
He wants a supermodel girlfriend to watch him on the field.
He already has it.
He wants
doesn't
to see,
care.
She wants to see him play with the big boys.
He doesn't care about football. He cares about the number 69 and like making dick jokes. He doesn't care about football.
You know he can't 69 because his back is in such bad shape.
Yeah, I know, right?
It's actually a 1 and a 9. He's a 19.
He's a 19.
He's a 19. All right, well, what do you guys think? Is he going to be back or is he going to take off?
Do you think there's a single NFL player who has the number 69 as an accident? Like, do you think there's one guy who just maybe in the 80s or something?
No, maybe
every time you see that guy, you're like, come on, man.
Come on.
Like,
Yeah,
there's
no way.
what you're doing.
There's no way.
I got to spend a little bit of time with Robert Gronkowski on the set of the 2015 movie Entourage, and I agree that he, I think, will really enjoy his post-career ventures. I could see it in his eyes. Also, I was standing on this film I did in North Carolina. I went to a Panthers game where our photographer was a field photographer, put on a vest, and was standing in the end zone when Gronk's head hit the ground, which has a lot more concrete in it than it looks above there.
Yeah.
Those injuries, just seeing that up close and personal, I think the smart decision is to get out while you can.
But he's not smart, so that being said,
He's smarter than all of us.
okay. Yes, he's a secret genius. Yeah, he's a secret genius.
Maybe he is.
All right. So what do you think?
Okay. Sorry, go.
I was gonna say, how many were given Sarah?
Give Sarah. That was an easy one. 1 point.
1 point. All right.
See, that was an easy one.
All right.
Prop number 4. By the way, Easy One is her nickname. Prop number 4. I don't know about you, Sarah, but I thought my favorite band of all time, Maroon 5, was fantastic on Sunday. They played all the right songs, and Mega Babe Adam Levine wore all the right jackets, and we even got some uncensored nipples at the end. Apparently, some people did not enjoy it as much as I did, though, and the Maroon 5 hate was very, very real after the performance. The prop, over or under 3.5 more top 10 hits for Maroon 5.
Over.
What?
All right, they should change their name to Maroon 9 because they're gonna have at least 4 more. They already have 5, so they should change it to Maroon 9. And I thought it was fine. I didn't think it was great, but that's what the NFL did on purpose. It's the NFL's fault for being too much of a wuss to hire any Atlanta rappers because they were afraid of the whole Colin
Big Boy
Kaepernick
was there.
thing. Yeah.
Big Boy was there.
Yeah, well, we'll see how happy his people are about that. But I mean, it was a real lopsided show, but I thought they did great. I thought, you know, he had 4 costume changes. Beyonce only had 3.
Oh my God.
He was wearing layers. He just kept taking off layers.
Ridiculous.
But I don't mind if he keeps stripping on the show.
He looked like a couch from Living Spaces. He looked terrible. It was awful. Look,
I thought he did fine.
I'd rather be hit in the face 3.5 more times than have to listen to another Maroon 5 song. Look, Adam Levine, cool dude. I just don't like the music. I almost talked to my family during the Super Bowl halftime. That's how boring it was. Adam is too busy between The Voice, movie soundtracks, and getting tattoos. How does he have time to come up with such deep lyrics like spent 24 hours, need more hours with you? Impossible. Now it's all good, roll that backwood baby. Who knew this guy smokes blunts? Where are you? Are you singing a love song or are you getting high? Anyway, the only way that they'll get more hits is if he does a collab with Cardi B and Florida Georgia Line. And I just don't think those guys get along. But that would make a hit if it was more garbage piled on because that's what America loves. But they're not making another hit. It's over. He's sticking to TV. It's over. It's over for Adam Levine and Maroon 5.
Over. People, like the Counting Crows just came out with a new song. It's never
And who's
over.
listening to that?
I bought it.
You know music is free now.
It's not.
Spotify, baby. All right, what do you say, guys? Are they making 3 more hits or no?
3.5.
3.5, sorry.
Maybe 1, maybe 2, but 3.5 more hits? I don't think so.
Too many.
It's a tall order.
It's tall.
Tall order.
Yeah.
And you know it.
The king of hits over here. Yeah. It's like throwing calling it.
Which one?
Nah,
Me or him?
I'm talking to Gothard for
Gothard, yeah.
Always boosting the confidence.
The only thing Gothard's been hitting is his wife. Prop number
All
5.
right, wait a second. How many points are we
I'm
giving
kidding.
Santino?
He doesn't hit his wife.
I should
She
take
hits
those
him.
away.
She hits him for sure. You want to show your bruises? Lift up your shirt. Show your bruises.
Was gonna give you Maroon 5 points, but that was a nasty crack at the end.
That was.
Yeah.
Give you 2.
Yeah.
Thank you. Look at that. Remember, he's my friend, man.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
We're talking over here. Yeah.
right.
What's Gothard's middle name? Do you know?
Oh, we just met in the hallway.
Okay. I thought you guys were old friends.
See, he knew.
Benjamin like Kelvin.
He knew exactly.
Right. Prop number 5, the Super Bowl dominated all the sports news over the weekend, taking over everything, and as usual, crossing over into other sports. Warriors head coach Steve Kerr was asked about the Patriots' 6th title after the game on Monday, to which he replied sarcastically, "It just gets old watching the same team win the whole thing year after year." The prop, more titles the next 5 years, the Warriors or the Patriots?
Dude, I gotta go with the Patriots, bro. We got 6 and we ain't stopping, dude, till I get busted for the amount of times that I've been busted for selling papas to high school kids. Listen, the Patriots are going to continue to win Super Bowls, unfortunately. Disgustingly, I have to make this argument. And the Warriors, I don't see such a continued future because the West is not a rollover conference any longer. Houston, OKC, even Denver. Denver's a great contender now. And with Boogie Cousins, who was always such a troublemaker, seemingly seems to be getting along with everybody. But I know that he was sent there from New Orleans from the Pelicans to split up the Warriors. I think he's a secret weapon that they're trying to break down the Warriors. So I think the Pats are going to win more Super Bowls than the Warriors win titles.
I think the Patriots are getting older. As much as I definitely think Belichick will continue to win, I do see him having to rebuild the Patriots after Brady finally retires, God willing, knock on wood.
Maybe.
But I think that I think basketball, because we're really seeing it with Anthony Davis right now, how the players have so much power and they can continue to make these super teams. In the NFL, the players don't have the power. That's why Le'Veon Bell didn't get anywhere this year. That's why Des Bryant's picture's on a milk carton for f***'s sake right now, because he tried to make a statement and nobody gives a shit. They're easily replaceable, but in the NBA, these athletes are not replaceable. They have all the power. They can continue going to the teams and make super teams, and I think that just makes the Warriors, in my mind, statistically more able to do it. Do I want them to? No. But are they going to be able to because they have more power?
Maybe not.
100%. Yeah, it's so much harder to build that dynasty in the NFL because such weird things can happen in the title games. I mean, Bill Belichick might have won 10 Super Bowls had not the wonderful New York Football Giants stopped him a couple times. So yeah, it's just like weird things can happen in one game. So I'd say easily the Warriors. And as a Lakers fan, as hard as that is for me to say,
Come on.
that crew of guys does not want to break up things.
All right.
And I love Steve Kerr too. He's a great coach.
All right.
Yeah, he's a good coach.
I'll give you two. Was it titles in the next 5 years?
Yes, in the next 5.
I think they're going to have 2 titles in the next 5 years, so 2 points for you.
All right.
For me, yes. Get ready for those earrings, baby.
But you know, it's a hard.
Turned on Ben over
I gotta tell you, it's a hard battle.
fan.
It's a hard battle because I hate the Warriors and I hate the Patriots, so I had to put on a shining face for that whole thing. Prop number 6. In other shooty hoops news, the trade deadline is this Thursday, and the league continues to be in a crazed panic, trying to build a super team to compete with those Warriors. The latest rumored mega deal waiting to happen is Anthony Davis to the Lakers, which seems to be going back and forth between happening and not happening. The prop, will or won't Anthony Davis be traded to the Lakers before the deadline?
Oh, I'm going to say won't on this because I don't think that the Pelicans want to make a deal with the Lakers. The Lakers have offered them every possible incentive, and then the Pelicans countered with, we want 8 first-round picks. It's like, what are you talking about? Is that even possible to give you 8 first-round picks? But, I mean, obviously, I think Anthony Davis is worth 20 first-round picks, but it's clear that the Pelicans don't want to play ball, so to speak. But I think also Anthony Davis is a little bit better suited to play with Milwaukee, to play with that guy. And I just think
Giannis Antetokounmpo?
Yeah, that guy. But
the Greek freak.
I think he wants to play with more bucks for younger bucks, and I think I think it might not happen with the Lakers.
All right, well, listen, there's a unified front to bring the unibrow to Los Angeles. Everybody knows that.
Yeah.
And they're going to give LeBron whatever he wants. And this is definitely something LeBron is pushing for.
Sure.
He needs to come to Los Angeles because you want to talk about big bucks. This is the biggest market in basketball. There's no bigger place to make more money over a long period of time, not just in your contract, but in what LA brings to you monetarily. Kuz, Lonzo, and Ingram are more than worth it for New Orleans to take that. They need that. They need a litany of guards to replace and a strong forward just like Kuz. It's an extremely good deal. And even if the Lakers keep throwing out 4 or 5 more draft picks, who cares? Get rid of those guys. That doesn't matter. Bank on an MVP right now instead of wasting time hoping that you get somebody good. The Lakers right now, they blow harder than a truck stop prostitute, and they need to get somebody like AD to get it together. With this, the Lakers are going to have huge cap space too. So it's nothing but a good move to scale around LeBron, baby. You got to do it.
Yeah, but will it happen? That's
It's going to happen. If they're smart, they're going to make it happen. You know what's going on in that Lakers front office.
What do you think, Laker fan?
It's swinging back and forth this morning. It looked
I know.
like no way, but now the fact that after all that's happened, it isn't killed makes me a little bit optimistic.
Sure.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I think
Money.
You would be interesting in Milwaukee, but as a fan, I gotta hope they go for Anthony. It's like the reverse of the Bryce Harper situation for me. The Dodgers don't need to get a player like that. The Lakers do need a transformational player on the
Totally.
team right now. So I'm gonna give you 3 points, my friend.
Whoa,
Yeah!
3 points. Wow. You just scored.
See, I didn't manufacture a 69 score. I think that's a sign of growth.
And it was right there.
That's the first 3-pointer he's ever gotten. Prop number 7, a fun side story to this whole Anthony Davis Lakers speculation is the involvement of Lonzo Ball, who could be part of the package leaving LA to bring Davis in. And even though no one asked, of course, Lavar Ball had things to say, telling reporters he didn't want Lonzo going to New Orleans and that he was going to speak into existence him ending up in Phoenix. The prop, will or won't Lavar Ball speak into existence Lonzo going to Phoenix?
First of all, I just want to say yuck.
Yeah, I know.
I just want to say yuck about this whole situation, but I hope Big Baller likes the Big Easy because that's where Lonzo's going to be headed, all right? Listen, he's nothing more than a third wheel on this team. I get it. He is a good, solid ball player, but he's not worth making a big stink over, and LeVar Ball should take over as the most annoying pros father in the history of the NBA. He'll be selling Big Baller beads on Bourbon Street, I'm sure. Look, it's a great move, and it makes sense. I know he'd rather see him in Phoenix, but that's not going to happen, and that's not where I think Lonzo belongs anyway if this trade does go through. So he's not going to wish anything into existence except for another pair of overpriced, ugly shoes and annoying press when he doesn't deserve it when his 3 sons are the ones that we should be paying attention to.
Well,
so no.
I can't believe he's even speaking anything into existence right now. The fact that he's in Lithuania, he's probably just creating more of a travel ban for a country that we don't have a travel ban for. But I do think, I mean, he already spoke into existence Lonzo getting to the Lakers. So I see it as this, I mean, the squeaky wheel gets the grease, right? And he constantly won't shut up. And it's almost like people give him what he wants just so he will shut
up.
Yeah. So I don't see him not going to Phoenix. I think it's possible. And I mean, he wants to be closer to LA. This is where the rest of his family is. I think Phoenix makes that easier for him. I think he wants to be closer to he has a baby, at least one that we know of. So he has one
they all
here.
Have babies.
Yeah, they all have it. Yeah. So I think he wants to be here. And like I said, NBA players now have more power than NFL players. So I think that he can make that happen if that's really what he wants.
Yeah,
I know.
He's going to New Orleans. He's going to go. And you know what? Big Baller Brand can't fight that. He can't fight. He willed it in existence because he knew the Lakers wanted someone like him and they needed him. They needed a bunch of young guys, but that kid's gone. The kid is gone.
Bye. No.
He'll be gone.
Yeah. That was a tough argument to have to take the
Yes.
positive side of. So
Yes.
a point for effort, but 2 points.
2 points for the hour. All right, I'll take it.
What did LeBron do to get LeVar to mostly stop saying creepy things all the time?
I think he probably
Just gotta wonder.
Probably had to sit down with him, have a real honest conversation, and be like, "Listen, man, you're really diluting what's important here." I think
he just puts some like Dimetap in his Coca-Cola every time he sits down, so he's just a little sweepy.
LeVar doesn't drink Dimetap.
Too tired.
I could drink Dimetap and be fine. I'd still be Michael Jordan one-on-one. This guy had the nerve to say he'd beat Michael
And
Jordan
Ice
in his
Cube
prime.
too, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
He thought he could beat Michael Jordan in his prime one-on-one. I
Yeah.
mean,
He
this
thinks
guy,
he
the
probably
delusions
thinks-
of grandeur is
Yeah.
remarkable.
I could beat Floyd Mayweather in a boxing match.
Yeah.
Sure you could. Well, let's see it.
Yeah.
I'll put money.
I would love to watch that.
I would love to watch
Dana White, get these guys
Yeah.
in the ring somehow. Let's watch that go down.
somebody needs
Big baller fights. He'd probably make
Somebody
$1
needs
billion
to
on that.
beat the shit out of that guy. That's how these things get handled.
It's going to be Gothard.
All right. Well, you know what?
Since Gauntlet's been
Since
thrown
you've had my
down.
back the whole night, I think I'm gonna let you tee up this last prop if you want to.
I would love to. This final wild card prop is about the famed New York Football Giants, who actually won more NFL championships than the Patriots if you count the pre-Super Bowl era. But that aside, Eli Manning, 16 starts, over under as a Giant remaining. Probably could have phrased it.
Go ahead.
Ooh, 16 starts. I mean, I'm gonna count the preseason, and I'm gonna say he will have 16, more than 16 starts. And I don't know if New York fans want that, but I think he needs to go out as a franchise player. I love him being a New York Giant. I don't want him to not be a New York Giant. I think he's done so many great things for that team. And honestly, I definitely think that he's not as good as he used to be, but also he doesn't have time to throw the ball. He has no offensive line. I know the receivers are not running the routes that they're supposed to. It's clearly a playbook studying issue that's going on there, because I think a lot of the other people on the team are upset with him and therefore are not putting forward the energy that they need. But I think it's his responsibility as a leader to make sure that they get back. But he's also been going through coaches and offensive coordinators like you went through girlfriends while you were married. So I think that I think he will, and I just hope that they can get it together.
16.5 means he can play next year and still quit the following year and still get the under. So it's definitely going to be an under. There's no doubt about it.
Come on.
5 wins, isn't that what they got this last season? The Clemson could have gotten five wins in the NFL. Let's be honest.
No
Eli had his
chance.
first kid, by the way, at 38 years old. So this just means he's got to spend some time, put on the sweats, buy the minivan, let it all go. He's got to get out while he's still ahead. He has caused so much turmoil to that organization. He's done so much good for them, but now it's at the end. He cannot keep shifting everything around to fit him. They have to move on and move forward. The Giants are going to be looking to snag quarterback in the draft because Tanny has been hurt since he entered, and Kyle Lauletta, whatever his name is, Lauda, whoever this dude is, he's a nobody from Richmond that might as well be in the CFL. He's so mediocre at football. Come on. They need to pick up some young prospects and get it moving. Their backups are nowhere. And he needs to say goodnight. So even if he plays this next season, I'm still going to win on the under. He's not playing in 2 years.
I think they keep him until they can get the Clemson kid. I think
No
they keep him
chance.
until they keep the kid.
No chance. It's a waste. Because he's got to get out.
Why
He's
not
38.
build the rest of the team before they build the quarterback?
Because they should have built him with a backup. But now what they're going to do is they're going to try to get someone in the draft that's young, that's hot, and throw caution to the wind because they have nothing to lose. I mean,
No, they need to
have
get an
12 games
offensive
to
line,
lose.
and they need to get an offensive line, and then in 2 years they need to get the Clemson QB.
And in that second year, Eli will be gone, and I'll be under.
Fine.
And it'll be
Still
under.
starts.
And
It all
it will
comes
be
down to
under.
this. Let's see.
God.
Let's see.
Okay, so you think that he's going to stay around for 2 more seasons?
He's going to stay for one more season, and that's it. And then he'd still make the under.
Depends on the draft, though. I mean, because some of these guys that Giants were supposed to get in last year's draft didn't really work out all that great for them.
Oh, yeah, we know.
So I would like to see them sort of change up the game plan for Saquon more. He did amazing things with the most boring play calling you could possibly imagine.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's really draft dependent. And even though that was crafty with the preseason counting, I'm gonna go with the over 3 points.
Yes. No.
Yes.
I love it. I love it. Let's go.
Oh,
I'm back.
beautiful earrings.
You're crazy if you think he's going to go for 2 more seasons.
Okay, I confess. I just wanted to see the earrings.
I know you did.
Oh, well, Haley, you were such a great judge today. Before you go, all of us here have quarterback doppelgangers. Santino is obviously Andy Dalton. Gothard has a little Matt Ryan thing going, and I, of course, resemble Trevor Lawrence from Clemson. The internet has one for you as well. We hear Matthew Stafford. Thank you so much, Haley. You can check him out on Future Man and also in the film Extremely Wicked, Shockingly Evil, and Vile.
All right. Remember, kids, follow the show on Twitter and Instagram at 2Debate2Furious. Follow both of us at Sarah Tiana and at Cheeto Santino, and subscribe to Yahoo Sports on YouTube to get new episodes of the show every single Wednesday. Next week is our very last episode, teardrop of this season. Make sure you guys come back and watch. Otherwise, we won't be able to feed our families. I'm sure there'll be a huge cliffhanger at the end.
Goodbye, everybody. We bet you'll be back. Thank you, Haley.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for watching Props on the Yahoo YouTube page.
Yeah, please subscribe because we need more viewers, and that's how we stay alive and eat and feed our families.
New shows come out every Wednesday. And don't forget to hit the like button right below our beautiful faces right here. That'll help us out, too.
Yeah.
Props to you if you do it right.